Are these Maybelline eyebrow pencils any good? Hey everyone, I'm Coral and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, click that subscribe button down below and hit the bell for new videos every week. Today I'm sharing a review of two different eyebrow pencils from Maybelline. A while back in my fall makeup and clothing haul, I mentioned that I got both of these eyebrow pencils in order to try them. When I first bought them, I had completely run out of the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is what I have been using on my eyebrows for several months now, and my cousin had one and then I saw the other in the store and I just decided to give them both a try and see if they worked well at all. So I'm going to share my thoughts about how well these two work and kind of compare them to the Brow Wiz for you. So the first brow pencil that I'm going to talk about is the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer. I have the color Soft Brown. Like I said in my haul, I purchased this eyebrow pencil because it was the one that my cousin was using and she said she liked it a lot, so definitely wanted to give this one a try. This eyebrow pencil will cost you around $7 at the store, whereas the Anastasia will cost you about $23. If you look at the tip of this eyebrow pencil, it is actually very, very different than the Anastasia Brow Wiz. When my cousin used hers, I didn't look at it up close to really see what it looked like, but it's a very thick tip and it actually has more of a cream consistency than more like a pencil consistency. When you're applying this to your eyebrows, it does glide on smooth and creamy, and that is one thing that I liked a lot about it. With that though, something I didn't like about this eyebrow pencil is that the line was thicker whenever you're applying it. The reason I didn't like that as much is because you're not going to get as fine or as clear of a line with this as you would, let's say, the Anastasia pencil. The Anastasia pencil is very fine and thin, and the line goes on really smooth and thin. And so I'm just used to the thinner, more precise lines, and that was something that I didn't like about this. Then on the back side of the pencil, you have a spoolie. This pencil has a really teeny tiny spoolie on it, and honestly, at first, I didn't like it. Whenever I use this eyebrow pencil, I would grab my Brow Wiz or have an eyebrow brush that has a spoolie on the end, and I would use that instead. As I have been using this over the past couple of months, I've switched to using this spoolie, and I really don't notice a difference. So that was just like a first impression thing that I didn't like and wasn't a fan of, but I haven't noticed that it makes any sort of difference with my eyebrows whenever I'm using it. It still is blending in the pencil and combing through my brows to make them look nice, so no qualms anymore with that. Now I have seen some people say that this eyebrow pencil is a dupe for Benefit's Goof Proof because of the way that the pencil is shaped, that it's thicker and it's a little bit more creamy. I've never used that product, so I can't speak to that, but I do think that this product works really, really well. I have found myself reaching for this a lot. I will say that because it is thicker and it is creamier, it's easier to put on than the other eyebrow pencil or even the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So I would say if you are a beginner at doing your eyebrows or don't feel like you're that good at it, I would definitely give this product a shot. I'll have links to this and all the other products that I'm going to talk about down below in the description. So like I said, if you are a beginner, I highly recommend that you give this a try because it is a little bit easier. Another slight con for this eyebrow pencil is that it is a little bit darker than what I'm used to or what I like. This is in the color Soft Brown. In the Brow Wiz, I also use the color Soft Brown, but this is a little bit darker. It's not a bad thing per se. I still find myself using it, but my eyebrows just kind of pop a little bit more with them, and sometimes I want more of a natural look to my eyebrows than eyebrows that are gonna stand out a little bit more, and so then this wouldn't be what I'd want. If your eyebrows are a little bit darker than mine, then this might work well for you. So the color here is just a little bit of personal preference that I like the Soft Brown a little bit lighter, but I felt like the lighter color would be too light for my eyebrows. The second pencil that I tried from Maybelline is the Brow Precise Micro Crayon. Now I picked this one because of the micro crayon part of it. If you open it up, the tip looks very similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So I'm gonna open these up and get it close for you so that you can see that. So the one on your right here, that is the Brow Wiz, and the one on your left is the Brow Precise. So they're very similar. Now, nobody had recommended this one to me. I just grabbed it because I thought it would be very similar to the Brow Wiz, and I wanted to see if it was going to be a dupe for the Brow Wiz. So a couple of things about this. I will say that while the pencil or crayon looks very, very similar to the Brow Wiz, when you are putting it on and applying it, the pencil does come out a little bit thicker and the lines are, I'm going to say, less defined. With the Brow Wiz, the lines are thinner and the edges are very defined. Now, this is something that I really like, especially when it's been a while since I've had my eyebrows waxed and the hairs are not like as perfect as they usually are. I like the finer line because I feel like it gives a little bit more clear definition and I can define my brows and make them look a little bit better. But that is just something that was important to me. I like a super fine line with very clear lines. The other thing about this pencil is that, again, it is a little bit darker still than the soft brown of the Brow Wiz. This is the soft brown color as well. So again, that was not a huge deal, but it is going to make my eyebrows stand out a little bit more. This pencil is actually what I've used on my eyebrows today. So it still looks good, it's just not the precise color that I would like it to be, or the color that I am used to. Then onto the end, you have the spoolie. This spoolie is pretty similar to the Brow Wiz. Personally, I like it a little bit better than the Total Temptation just because it's a little bit longer and I prefer those. Both of them work just fine to blend in the color and brush out your eyebrows. So overall, I'd say this pencil is a pretty good dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's not a perfect match for the Brow Wiz, but it still gets the job done and works really well. Now, I will say that with the Brow Wiz, I have noticed when I've been switching back and forth, it does take a little bit more pressure to apply. So this one is a little bit easier if I'm in more of a hurry than the Brow Wiz. All in all, I'm really happy with both of these Maybelline eyebrow pencils. I will say I prefer the Total Temptation to the Brow Precise just because it's a little bit easier to apply and it blends in really nicely. Like I said before, you can get both of these pencils for around $7. So that's an incredible deal. If you're looking for a good alternative to the Brow Wiz or the Goof Proof, you definitely want to check these out. For more beauty reviews, click right here for my beauty review playlist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.